Good morning, afternoon, and evening gamers. You know who it is, everyone. It's your boy Gauntlet, and of course, I'll be playing some more of Legend Heroes Trails to Daybreak. And shout out to someone followed me yesterday. Hill Drops 82. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, sorry. Oh my god. I needed that. For a follow, thank you so much for that. And with that said, chat, let's begin. Alright, chat. Oh, I got an achievement from that. Oh, chaos. I don't know what? I don't know. And I probably will play some what's the word? Mario Party. We'll see what happens, chat.
入浴かしら。汗がうぜが悪くはねえ。あ、いっぱい汗が。体温上昇汗がすごいな。リフレッシュできました。さっぱりしたみたいね。
Lord Jesus, how many GBs am I gonna get from that? Oh, Suna. Oh, that was final. Most of it I won't get. Like, this I won't get. I won't get. Like, 75 75 chain. Not happening at all.
よし、向かうぞ。
You really did come. Not that I didn't trust Dingo at all. The name's Van Aykroyd. I take your mail's chief editor chief in chief. Yep, me Me and Dingo goes back about 7 years. He told me about you. Sound like you're the real busy over in Oricon too. No clue what you're on about. I thought there were on would be no reporters about us being involved with this. They won't. The authorities are keeping it a secret. Dude's probably just saying that to get under our skin. Well, whatever. It's not getting an article, so I'm not interested. I'll call you here for one of those 4 SPG of yours. Nothing more, nothing less. The gigs of it is that I want you to help me look for Dingo's notebook. Oh, what's this about? You suspect he had a notebook containing information he gathered on a report there, or more like an information dealer. Both actually. I first heard about it few weeks ago, just before he head off to Sorrel. I could tell he was chasing a dangerous scoop of some kind. So I jokingly asked if he had a will ready yet. Oh, and look at us now. I didn't really occur to me not even for a second this would happen to him just 4 days later. He laughed at, at it. He laughed at it at the time and said one thing to me. The closer things I have to a will is my notebook. I left it with a trusty I left it with a trusted source. So if anything happens to me, send out a 4 SPG about it. Wait a second. This this is a third mention of his on top of the video and camera. We don't have that notebook ourselves though. Sorry if that what you're we're hoping for. I never thought you did, but I suspect you're the only one who can track it down. Dingo seems to trust you more than anyone, so I suspect that the way he wanted to play it out too. The authorities have got everything that happened in Sorrel down on lock, and Almada are dead and gone. So I can't imagine it have anything worth writing an article it about in it to begin with, which means it's not worth my while hunting down. But I can't go and ignore his word about it. So here we are. I'll put money for you to find this thing, my last gift to him. So what's gonna be, Spring Gun? You gonna find Dingo's book or not? Well, we'll take the job. You got anything else you want to share? Maybe he said something about more of this trusted source of his, for example? Yeah, I remember telling him that was nowhere near enough info to find the thing myself. The only hint he gave me that it was people who knows much about my past as you do. Way to pique my interest. I wonder what Dingo past was like. I only heard bits of it myself. How much do you know? Even less than you, I suspect. I only I knew he used to live in Zelda before editing up in the capital 7 years ago. That's about it. Wait, didn't Dantes act like he knew him?
久しぶりだな、ディンゴ・ブラッド。サルバッドでのあれはさておき、お前がメステルダム界隈でケチな情報屋をやってた時以来か。
あんたがエンリケの下で若頭をやってた時以来だ。
Saying the two of them know each other at length beforehand would be far at submission. Alright, we'll see what he can dig up with that info then. Good luck. Anyway, my break's over. Gotta get back to work on finding scoops for the festival. I'll give you my number. Just give me a call if you do find it. I'll wire the money if you do. It can be my way of honoring Stingo's debt. Got it. We'll take it from here. So what's the plan here? Do we exactly have a load of info to go off? Only clue we have is someone that knows as much Dingo as that guy does. The rules of Jack and Belmore, and Van, obviously. And Rennie too. Yeah, any information dealers probably out of question here. So, anyone with as many connections as Rennie has. Jack, Pramonte, and I try not to peer into his past either, mind you. But something happened between Dingo and Dantes while he was still in Marcelda. He left the city after whatever that was, ending up in the capital, become a reporter right after. Don't know any details, but I imagine we'll get out of this knowing a whole lot more than we came with. We're gonna be unearthing what he tries to bury this whole time, all the burdens he carries by himself. Van, you don't look like you're about to hold down though. No way. A job's a job, and I'm nothing if I can't see this kind of shit through. But anyway, I can think of at least one person who fits the bill for this job that won't be a pain in the ass to meet up with. It's not an information dealer, mind you, but she was close to Dingo. I can be only one who imitatively true of her. A rookie reporter who still unwise the ways of the underworld. It doesn't seem possible, but she might know something. Are we gonna meet her then? Yeah, let's head to Terrell. Let's head on over to Terrell Times. Don't think we're meeting with her. With her will to be all that hard to get as long as she's not out of the office. Right. Damn it, that bastard. That. Damn it, that bastard up and left us with the bill. Got a pretty sly if you're gonna be running the biggest gossip rag in the country. Well, it's the least we could do for him since he brought this to our attention. Oh, Marie. Oh, it's you guys. Great job, everyone. You saved the day back in Oricon. Thanks, you were a big help too. Without you, we would been able to get all the kids on the airship. I noticed you've been keeping busy lately. Yeah, you can say that. I had a lot of investigating to do once those revelations about Oricon came to light, and it was worth to the end. I feel like I'm finally making a difference. Good for you. Now, Dingo's got one less thing to worry about up there. I sure hope so. If I'm that much closer to becoming a sort of reporter he was, I'll take it. Hey guys, good to see you again. Some Need something with the paper? Nothing. This time we came to talk to you, Marie. I'll give you to the straight. We're working on a 4 SPG involving Dingo and needed your help. What are you? What sort of quest is this? Please tell me. To put it simply, you talked to the man's editor-in-chief, Mr. Cunning. Dingo told me about him before, but never had the chance to meet him in person. He said he wanted you to find Dingo's notebook. That's right. Do you remember Dingo ever talking to you about that thing by any chance? It doesn't have to be anything discreet or explicit. Anything you happen to remember him saying will help. Actually, we didn't talk about it before. It seems that notebook within my I see that notebook within my eyes. Say what? How how did that happen? I'm sure you all noticed when he was alive I tend to barge in on him while he was trying to work and stuff. One day we were having lunch, asked for advice how to interview people, and he was writing stuff in a black letter notebook. I asked him what it was since I was curious. He told me it's where he jolts his information down both for his reporting work and info broker stuff. That certainly sounds like the right notebook. At least we got confirmation that thing is real. I got a little whiny and tried to get him to show me his notes, but of course he refused. When I got happy about it, he kinda laughed and patted me on the head. I still remember exactly what he said. Who knows, maybe you'll get a peek at them one of these days. Although, if you play my cards right, you will sure ever have to. What? Oh. This must been already preparing for what might happen to him in that case. If that was the way he was talking, then we can probably rule out him taking the notebook with him to Sorrel. Also, the Sid also apparently swiped through his place and couldn't find any real material of note that he left there either. He had to either give it to someone else to hang on to or stash it somewhere for safekeeping. Which brings me to my next question. Can you think of anyone he would left that notebook with, or anyone who might know where it would be? Again, it's okay we don't know anything definitely. Any leads would be great. Just to be clear, I don't mean other brokers like Remonte. I'm talking about other sorts of acquaintance he had. Alright, of course, let me think. Based on what Mr. Canning told you, wait, would he have? You think of something? Maybe. I could be completely wrong, but I can't rule it out either. Basically, basically, when Dingo was alive, he would sometimes cover the adult industry for Mel's magazine. He did? That's interesting. I guess that comes with being a tabloid reporter. What's an adult industry? Doesn't every industry have adults in it? Oh my god, she doesn't know that she. It's code for growing up stuff. Certainly more grow up than his wannabe Parshi here, that's for sure. Anyway, one thing I confronted him about it. Do you really have to cover such sexual stuff in your article? Your readers demand it. It's our job to report, as reporters, to give them what they want, plain and simple. Plus, it's a way to get information that can help shut down some of the nastier illegal plays run by the mafia. Okay, I get it. That makes sense. Stay out of curiosity, do you ever visit those sorts of stuff? Only when I need for work. Lately, I've been busy to go on any places like that myself, so I have learned on one of my old contacts a lot to get what I need. Not exactly ideal when my job is supposed to be reported on things I see, but it is what it is. Fair enough, I guess. You sure you won't hear me complain about you? Complain about what? Nothing, nothing at all. Anyways, who's this contact you mentioned? Her? She's a woman who operates underground, runs a handful outlets, plenty talent of all of consider. She, your contact's a woman? Yeah, why does it matter? You got to introduce to me. You got to introduce me to her. I'll, I'll help. It'll help me write better news article. Yeah. Unfortunately, Dingle said it was too soon for me to be going to that place like that, and that was, that was that. Looking back, the only part of town he couldn't mention when he said she works underground. Yeah, I think that one goes without saying. Not only that, I think I know you might. I think I just might know the woman he was talking about. Never would guess those two had any history. But it goes to show you it's a small world we live in. I certainly remember there being a business that fits the bill when we were down there. Does it mean we're going to the Blacklight District? Yeah, who knows if we run anything up down there, but it's worth a shot.
その皆さん、
Oh god, she wants to come.
ここから先は私もご一緒させてもらえないでしょうか。
I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of dangerous in the Blacklight District. I know how dangerous it can be, believe me. But we're talking about dingo notes here. What's inside them matters to be too, you know.
まあいつかこいつを見せる機会があるかもしれない。そうならないよう努めるつもりだがな。
So she does have a point. What do you think, Brand? Alright, you can come. You did give us some valuable info, so it's only fair. But you gotta promise two things. Once you stay behind, one you stay behind us down there. No running ahead until you carry your own weight and help us out. Deal? Deal. Thanks, man. I promise you won't regret this.
行こうか。
聞かせてもらうぜ。
It's you. You know, I knew you well, but I had no idea you and Dingo went so far back. You level with me here. You're the one helping him in this investigate Amara's illegal agro business, aren't you? Yeah, that's right. We must work together for a decade, I wanna say. We had both to keep it on the down low in order to operate freely though. He and I know each other since we were both in Meseldam. That's long. I guess that makes sense. If you might ask me, did you two how did the two of you know met? It wasn't anything special. He was a newly minted intel broker, and I was your common whore making ends meet on the streets. We had a nice little thing going. He buys me information, and I hope for my client, and I do him a favor. I'll do him some favor in kind. He scratched my back and I scratch his. That's all news to me. Can we assume that Dingo hasn't started doing anything reporting work back then? More or less, I will say. When everybody's working underground, he had a certain native to him back then. Maybe because he was still so yeah. I had an acquaintance who worked on a local paper, and I remember he was pretty intrigued about the side of things. I also mentioned it was 8 years ago when I made the move to Eden and set up a shop here. Before I left, he gave me some top secret information as a parting gift. His intel and his connection have been huge help to me. Leave it to a lady killer to smooch his way into the underground. He really helped a lot of people when he was still alive, didn't he? Indeed. Later on, after everything went down to Melselden, that's when he ended up dripping into town. Personally, I was happy to make me a clean break and get into a better line of work with better people. You never know what's life in store for you. Maybe the goddess took the liking of him and threw him a bone. Maybe so. Sorry to interject. What happened to him in Melselden? I didn't know anything about that. I wish I could tell you, honey, but it's not really my place to say. A lot happened after I left, so I only hear things through the gossip line, grapevine of mine. I won't leave you empty-handed. If you're looking for his notebook, I got some information I'll be happy to share. Really? You'll do that? Thank you. Thank you so much. To just clarify, you're looking for this black letter notebook you used to carry around. You've seen it before, I think. Sure have. He's been looking for a place to stash it in away. I offered to hold it or hold on to it myself, but he turned me down. Can't blame him for being so cautious when he was going against Amanda. But did he matter about something? Matter about asking someone for help on his way out of the town for a price. That was 3 days ago before everything went down in Sorrel for reference. Holy cow, what timing. On his way out of town, that's rather specific. Actually, now that you mention it, how did Dingo get to Sorrel? Did you have any idea, man? He had his tiny ass car, but he'll never drove it all that much. He was always paranoid of people following him. Usually he took the train or bus when he goes out for the streaks. Probably flew a bit for time to times too. But I don't know what he did here. Same. We're talking about a guy who knew all their tricks by the point. He might as well have just been moving randomly. He sure as hell won't take something as obvious as public transit, not when Almada had eyes everywhere. Exactly. I think we can rule out his own car too that would carry its own risk. Think, thinking rational, realistically, he probably would. If you didn't sound, he probably could have gotten all the way out the countryside on the back of his truck, but we will not find out. I think a chance is pretty good. Our guy took a taxi. He sure ain't cheap, but he is giving him a low profile and more flexibility. They blend right on the road. That's good thinking. You might be on something, but taxis are pretty place, especially for people heading out uptown. There's no way Almana could have been monitoring every taxi running in Eden. If that were the case, what sort of taxi would he have taken? Presumably one with self-employed driver instead of a company, no? That makes sense. That would him allow him to move more, much more erratically, therefore throwing Almana up his limit. You sound like you guys have your next seat. I have no idea who the driver could be. Unfortunately, maybe it was one of his friends. My guess it is he had a driver he hired on a regularly, someone he could trust. That rings any bell for you, sweetheart? You know something? Actually does. I remember Dingo would sometimes hail a taxi to get to a reporting site. He mentioned he took one that he had this black and yellow checkered pattern around the bottom. The driver was an erected guy from my recall. Wow, that's pretty good information. Glad we're able to remember that. You said it. We'll look into that once we're done here. Anyway, thanks for your client, Miss Chris. I'll pay you back sometimes. Yeah. Yes, thank you so much. You have no idea how grateful I am. Don't mention it. I owe Dinko that much. That said, you can always repay me by coming back to play, don't forget. Oof. But yeah, Dingo would tell me stories about you too sometimes. The punk spraying gun and the newly reporter he had befriended. I hope you're able to track down his notebook. If there's anyone out there he wants to inherit it, I haven't imagined it would be you two. Thank you, we'll do our best. We're sure as hell gonna try. It'd be a waste just to let it go after doing all his work for it. A taxi with a black and yellow checkered pattern. I know exactly which one it is. Had no idea Dingo was a driver in it. I seen that car in Central Station a lot. Driver's probably out for lunch right now though. Let's check the flag stall first. See if we get lucky. That's a car. That's that's that car there has a checkered pattern. Gotta be it. That's the taxi. The driver's gotta be close. Let's sniff him out. Well, it isn't a big boy with a cute girl hugging his arms. Never thought you'd ask me about the name and notebook. wonders never cease. Looks like we found our guy. Word. So where do you have? We're scratching Dingo's back every now and then. Yep. I mean, do not look at it, but I used to run all over all the Republic, taking odd jobs on a lowdown. I was on this smuggling run once, and bam, I bumped right into him. That's how we met. That must have been 10 years ago. Dingo would have been around 20, I think. Alright. So you know how he got tangled with Almada back then too. Oh my boy, do I ever. That was what led him to ask me for help out of the city that day. I snapped him out just like that. He hopped it on the bus for several, and that was the last I saw of him. I retrospect, I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have let his dumbass do that. I'll be right back. Chat, I just gotta use the washroom for a few seconds to be out. Alright, chat, sorry about that. It wasn't your fault. I don't know how to say that name, so I'm not gonna bother. Don't beat yourself with it. You weren't the one who killed him. It was Almana, not even. Dante's all that. All that the shithead. Shit hill. Sorry, I thought I said whatever. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I heard he got what is coming to him at the old capital. I bet Dingo's laughing out there. I'm happy karma come around for that bastard. I hope it makes him feel better. He'd really regret being the guy broker in his past. Dante's really wasn't the same guy once he took over. So, this his background? Not trying to justify him, but Dante used to have a good rep on the street. He had a code and he stuck on it, and that led people trust him. No wonder he ended up so popular, with how much everybody hated the head honcho before him. He got Dingo hook, line, and sinker. Dingo was his informant, fed him the info he needed to bring the old guy down, and now instead we have monster like have this monster he built. A monster, you say? I suppose that fits him. Not too surprised to what happened beyond that, so I don't want to speculate. You're looking for Dingo's old notebook and you think I got it? Bingo. Please, may I have it? Well, I'd like to give you, but I'm afraid I can't. Why not? Is there something he wanted done first? What's pretty boy said it was for his own eyes only? Well, he told me to keep eye for this gun guy and this newbie reporter. If anything happened, he wanted me to give this here key with whatever you two I bumped into the first place. So, what's this key for? Looks like a key for the station coin locker, like you've seen around the subway. Spot on. He said he stashed it the early easiest locker he could find. I'm not sure what he meant by that though. I have no idea which station it is at. Got it. The easiest locker he could find. Where would that be? Well, that's about gives it away. What? It could be only one by Van's office. Probably let's head back and take a look. Thanks a bunch, Gio. Don't maybe I'll make it up to you with the joyride one of these days when I feel like it. You can call me anytime. You plaster and I'll be your DD.
行くとすっか。 さーて
The key we got from the driver probably goes one of the coins locker here. What do you say? Should we check what's inside? Absolutely, I'm ready. Okay, let's head in. Marie and the Irish found the coin locker tucked away in a corner of the subway station. They located the one that corresponded with the key that they held, finding a black letter book inside. The group processed the move to a quiet location in order to inspect the contents of the notebook. This is something, alright. I didn't get to talk to Diggle that much, but I know for a fact he was an outstanding man. Indeed, not just anyone could pursue Almara to the without degree he did without backup. That's probably his way of making amends for the role he played in Dante's Rise to Power. Not to mention previously how the previous boss family was murdered too. Even they didn't get spared. That's horrible. Such a heavy burden to carry heavy burden for him to carry. But that wasn't his fault. He couldn't have known that that what would happen. I can't imagine he felt like he could be in a public eye anymore after that. And that's why he took me under his wing for a good nothing rookie. It appears he's compiled quite a note about the ringleaders we took down in Oracle as well. Yeah, let's take a look. Jesus! Viola, gender female, age 26. Originally from a minor noble family in Q-Das region in I don't know how to spell it. I say that name right, but whatever. In the Central East, her family fell into bankruptcy after Q Das and extorted. I don't know how to say that, but whatever. She soon fell into the hands of a criminal organization that was targeting the merchant, though intentionally nothing more than a plaything and object of pleasure. She eventually managed to outset the boss and wrestle control over her own hand. Her brutal leadership reputation preceded her. Within 2 years later, the group tried to expand their influence into Clavar. They got caught the attention of Almata. Conflict with them with briefs. Soon they were quickly obliterated by Dantes, to whom Briola swore loyalty after. As a consequence of her turbulent past, she incredibly depended on Dantes, which made to be the reason she had a fierce rivalry of her fellow Melkor, their position equally within the organization. Through the body of her Milgun was produced by Zek's arm. The Foley piece is not part of their official lineup. Further research regarding the organization of her weapons is needed. formed in a former principality northern Umbria in northwestern Serbia. He was 5 years old when the Salt Pale appeared, swimming chaos in his homeland. Him and his father then. Oh yeah, Alexander, right? That soldier guy. Okay. Then protectors of the ruling family fled alongside Prince Balmont when he fled the country. Spent most of his childhood and adolescent years of free city of Townsland, tainted by his father in trained by his father in traditional military arts of their homeland. He served the former ruling family until of age 25. Through his life was soon thrown in chaos. His father and he were both ordered to retake northern Umbria following the death of the northern Jaguar figureheads. Their current ruler since Prince Balmant's escape. After their assault on northern capital they managed to seize the control of the city for a time, acting as an effective government before being overthrown by the northern Jaguars. This assumed the massacre of the remaining civilians in Halias Mantidate by the Grey's former Prince Balmont, standing in opposite with one another. Alexander's father due to that Alexander emerged victorious before withdrawing from the battlefield, though its current whereabouts are unknown. He believes that Prince Balmont was swiftly executed by the Northern Jaguars following his capture. Wandering from the corpse to another, Alexander was eventually scouted by Dantes himself and brought into leadership in Almada, though without worthy as I don't know how to say that, understand he miraculously in combat, sparring one who dare cross him. His ultimate goal being search for his final resting place, he has rejected any pursuing to leave Almada. Despite the mechanized gauntlet will not being part of his official lineup, it does appear that they were developed by Zed's arms. I can't do anything. Olivia, little know about her though. She alleged she hails from the remote village hidden in the eastern Samaria. Rumors said the entire village was comprised of heretic puppeteers who worship a doll made in the image of an angel. True to be an artifact of some sort, the doll was looked after by a medium. A villager who soon custom mandated that those supposed in the medium were to offer as a sacrifice. This sacrifice spared no one, not friends, nor family. Soon tragic befell the village, leaving Olympia and the doll alone to wander the continent after the demise of their they knew. Hopeful that curse suggests instead of the criminals being slaughtered when eradicating when the wandering pair. She later introduced into the gardens the assassin organization and made overseers of the Garden of Ultram. Though it appears she's been mostly left to her own device after being invited by the other overseers. These include Melkor and the Emperor. If I were to guess, those included that took place in her village led to her and and the ancient developing a physicality independent relationship resulting her autonomy in emotion expression dimension. In enlightenment crisis that made the garden join forces, she may have chance to reclaim is what that lost capability. Albeit an incredible slim one. In contrast to known confirmed leaders of Armada and Garden Overseers, I, it, eyewitness report him are few. What we know, what we do know about him, the Garden of Brass Overseers, is what is that he's a very dangerous man clad in heavy armor. Much of, of the information about him stretched beliefs include he's probably born in a different time period, although 150 years ago. If he was, he said he proceeded from the mythical Holy Iscan Empire, an enormous nation believed to have laid just across the Thai and Thai and I don't know how to say that and Iskar Mountain to Clovar's east. This empire is presumed to have vanished following a calamity 130 years ago. In these days, 9 groups served to protect the Royal Empire line. Eastern sources indicate that he was a warrior who represented the Rahu, a tribe of white descended hailing from the west. I'm inclined to believe all that bullshit, but in an age when immortals with the land's maiden can exist in Abernoria, I can't rule out the possibility there being some truth in it either. Whatever the truth is not, evidence might suggest that his armor and his strategy shaping battle axe might be artifacts. Considering his joining the Guardians and the stories claiming his immortality, this might be highly likely. On top of that, he's primarily suspect regarding the East Escent child annihilation in the Oscar Sorrel, though it still can't state for that fact more information needed. Melkor, one of Almana's 3 pillars and quite possibly the most evil sinister member, he doubts no he doubles down as the Guardian's ringleader and overseer of the Guardian thrones. Melkor's skill don't fall behind of his any of his artifact leading peers. being highly skilled in the use of orbital nets and being capable infinitely spawning and freely controlling explosives. Beyond that, he is known as the Alma's main strategist and Dante's right-hand man and confidence and possibly his lover. What the fuck? Though his past is shrouded in mystery, his origin might be tracked back to the same organization, the Oathbreakers, the one Ouroboros, Anguis also comes from. The Orders of the Moonlight Horse existed since the Middle Age, where the Oathbreakers sat among its top brass from the longest time before losing to Ouroboros and switching ideas. He's an entirely different matter, a major threat all of his own, wrapping this background. Melkor might have been a direct sub net of all breakers before going on to take the scattered remains of the infamous cult. If that is true, that would make him something of a prince of the underworld. For someone as powerful as him to understand this so much is nothing short of ominous and concerning, to say the least. Other things that concern me is him staying in Saral in Byzantium following the East Send child turning into ghouls. Saral just not some sleepy village in beautiful vistas more than tourist spot. It lies stuck between several force working from the shadows. It also happens to be one of few places in Northern Clavar with the size of Eastern and Central population. Knowing a source of Mars financing, actually, I'd rather not speculate any further. Last one, Dantes. If I let my feelings take away, Dantes could fill every single page in this book. There's not a night where I'm not overcome regret, but this notebook is not meant for my personal thoughts. Most things I come to learn about him and his life are at least a little eye-raising. Him being a member of the DG cult before Amana joining Almata, being related to Kovar's old royal family, perhaps even this direct descendant. Tales of his sword are quietly hard to believe. A gigantic block of blade of black and silver, true to be an artifact hidden by the royal family. This demon blade was instrumentally with which he slew Eric Almada's previous head. Hard as this tales to believe, there are true purpose in to strike fears into the hearts of those who hear them, to make Dante's nothing short of a living manifestation of shadows and agony. This deep as abyss and equally assuring, his unquenchable thirst for fear is such draw many to him. Secluded and enhancing, is earning him many loyal followers. But where does the such a phantom hunger comes from. I hypnotized surface recently that might finally explain things. A source, however, a little unusual, and I'm not particularly keen to take at face value. But that's neither here or there. The more pressing matter of his goals in Brazil, and that him, him and the others might have further something else. His frugal imagine fear that the want and need to bring about the true dread and to the masses. He wasn't able to achieve it even with the help of a genius, but that was not put a stop to him. He stopped at not to achieve his mission. Looking into his matter should take priority. Regardless, he sure managed to pull fast one on me in Thailand. I was directly by that call, but that's no excuse. I should have seen through him sooner than I did, but I tried as many as might to stay step ahead. I'll forever be hot on his heels.
例の記録方法は確保し、この手帳を残す段取りも固めた。
Oh, sorry about that, chat. Just looking at my text. Oh, I got tired.
ここから先は彼との真剣勝負。情報屋として、ルポライターとして、一世一代の大博打に出るだけだ。そして、もし無事に戻れたら、先ほどの仮説についても改めて確かめてみるとしよう。その前に不器用な弟分のようなあいつや先行きが不安でもある楽しみでもある後輩にどやされてしまいそうではあるが、それもまた楽しみの一つというものだ。
バカ野郎が。不器用なのはどっちだ。
This dude was totally nuts. How how the hell did he it, it find it in him to go that far? Can only imagine his love and care for others spurring him on to gather this much information. He was both clever and kind man, and he knew what wasn't just trying to make amends or settle his score. I doubt he genuinely worried for Aaron's future. It goes without saying, but it's a true shame he was taken from us far too young. I'm glad you two were able to find his notes. Likewise, I've been the will of the god. It's been the will of the goddess. Once Marie collected herself, the party the party drove her back to the Royal Times. After reporting their success to the chief editor, Canning, they got back to work. As for Dingo's notes, once the contents were copied, it was decided that um, Mary would hold on to the origin for
依頼
safekeeping.
達成ですね。報酬が振り込まれたわ。
UK fan? Oh yeah, fine, I'm just thinking. There's something bothering you. Guess the stories about the gangster and the mother remnants are on your mind. Yeah, if Bella, Monty, Jack, and Helica were talking about them, then simply worth mulling over. We heard something interesting while following up on Jingo's case as well. You're referring to the count of them being signed in Terrell District, yes? Oh yeah, now you mentioned it, it is kind of worrying. Maybe we should drop by Terrell just in case, you know? Not a bad idea, can't hurt to check the area out again. We probably rule out the busier part of the district. Same of the area near the restaurant that runs by Hiyu. Alright, chat. Give me a second. Okay. Just opening my Twitter and everything, just checking everything. Where is this? Is this outside? I'm guessing? Yes, it is. It is outside. Hey, look. Well, looky here. Isn't this usually locked? It is. Where does it alley lead down into the waterway beneath the Thrill District. As far as I know, the only traffic this way is a maintenance team once a month. Now, I ain't a detective, but something's telling me this wasn't their doing. The handle's gone. This must have been done recently. The only people could have accomplished this with their bare hands. Probably they employ some of they probably perhaps they employ some sort of tool, or perhaps why don't why don't we just head inside and find ourselves? This time is broken too. No mistaking about it. Whoever did this just yanked the thing clean off. Then they didn't use a tool after all. Whoever we're dealing with is far from ordinary. There's a lot of fresh footprint in front of the door too. Looks like we've got some huge ass rods to flush out. You got that right. Let's have a look inside. Heads up though, there's no telling what's waiting for us in there. Be ready, anything, understand? Got it. We should have time to stock on equipment and items needed. No needed. I can hear water running in the distance. There's a bunch of footprints here too. Really does look like a lot of people come here though here everything points to them being reminiscent about manga and the gang that serves them too. Uh-oh. Here we go again. it stopped. It, it didn't shine half as much it does when a Genesis is involved. Could it be an omen? Or is it reacting to a prestige of something? Sure seems like something's here. Yeah, I'm just sure. Make sure the backup crew is on standby. We might need them here for more notice. Right. There they are. It's all over. We're finished. This can't happening. What did we do to deserve this? Does the hell gotten into you guys? Who are you? You're here for a fight? I'm a spraying gun from here in Eden. By my crew just helping people who can't turn into the guild or the cause for aid. So if there's anything you need help with, we might able to give you to it. Won't you at least talk to us? You're a spraying gun? I think I might heard of you some point. Now I gotta get a better look. You got some real base with you. Maybe they're doing better than we thought. Don't let them trick you. Only spraying gun in Eden is from our current situation. These guys who keep going up against the beach at the top of Almata. Now you mention it, if they take us in, we manage to get anything out of us. Damn it. They're clearly not son of mine right now. They gotta be on something. On matters enhancing drugs, here they come. Jeez, there's so much of them.
私が相手です。一斉に行きます。
Yeah, it's time to die.
しまい
And he did. we don't do something to stop him from taking in us, Melkor and the Argona figures, their fear really runs that deep. Melkor's on a run, and we took out our our Arkle Aricles personally. The same goes for their boss Dante's. There's no need to harm you anymore. You don't need to worry. So please let us help you. Really, don't let them fool you if they figure we betrayed them. Sorry girls, I never doubt a cutie, but if fate is worse than death, then it is waiting. That's waiting for us. Then I'd rather do the deed myself. What are they talking about? Oh shit! Don't do it. Can't make it in time. They're fine, they're just unconscious. Guess the rebound from using their power body couldn't handle it. I'm just glad they're alright. Or relieved, but what just happened? Give me a break, you timed your entrance perfectly now, didn't you?
つい先ほど来たくらいだ。
Oh god. That is that damn desk jockey again? His aim was so precise. Thank you so much for your help.
礼には及ばんさ。それとも一つ貸しにしておくか。
This should be either the guild's problem or something your side shouldn't handle from the start. Your boss mentioned how this guy has slipped through the cracks of your cleanup operation. Feels like you did a sloppy job to me. Not at all. It was the most effective approach to the problem. You performed through cleanly of the major cities outside Egypt and drove the leftovers here. We do have Hercules unit standing by that we could send in a moment's notice. But I wonder if we should outsource the work to you instead. Son of a bitch. That makes sense now. All the fragments information we got from all the cities seem to fit together remarkably well. Never stopped to think that all it was deliberately spread by you to let us hear. That all it was? That was intentionally, though wherever you were able to follow the clues was down to you.
オラシオンではルールのせいで現地で直接絡めなかったからな。俺とお前とあいつの思い出の地。抜け書きされた腹いせとでも思うがいい。
I call it bullshit. You ain't the sentimental type. Still, she's gonna be back in town tomorrow, and I know she gives me an earful if I let any problems unsolved, so I guess I can help you just this once. It looks like I've seen two in the same person get a damn really wrinkly old farts. Will help too, of course. Do you have any idea how many of them we can expect here? We believe there would be roughly 20 thugs and 10 former Armada members. Damn. I mean, got a breakdown? Sure, a lot of them true. Huh? We should contact the others at the office and have them come along assist. The three reserve members Harry from the Archive Situation Office. As the road forked ahead, they decided to split their groups into with Van and King Clade each leading the charge. The two things should work. We're, we're with Mr. Kinklad. Judging by his aim, he won't drag us down in a battle at least. I'll assure you that this team we decide purely in combat balance. You can count on me to support you in battle, and I'll throw some old stories about Van as a bonus. What? Really? Now I'm in. Hey, maybe being in the other group won't be so bad after all. I want to know his weakness too. You should have have you'll have to spill later. Can do. Can don't. I won't ask for anything that might count as weakness. Don't worry. But you still ask for anything that doesn't it? Oh my god. We should get going. We're short on time. As we agreed, Zeros and I will remain here. Contact me when you apprehended any our suspect. I will see that they get the Sid. Thanks, I know we can always count on you. Appreciate your assistance, Mr. Zena. We'll need your help too, Zeros. Then let's get this thing started. We got to make for the other side where two trust me. Take in everyone we find along the way. Right? Understood. We got this. This is a perfect chance to show all you. This is a perfect chance to show off all you learned under Van. Let's go. Let's get to work, Kimby. Prove this. Prove you're better than this. Than he is. Got it. Damn right I am. This instant competition. Well, take care, everyone. Same to you, I guess.
あの調子ならば問題なく片付くであろうな。だがかすかに漂う隠れ世の気配。精魂な君ではしかと捉えきれぬが、一応備えておくとしよう。
Alright, chat. I think I'm done for today. I'll be back later with Mario Party Jamboree. With that said, gather gamers hang out and keep on gaming, chat. Bye for now. See ya.